tonality. You mentioned about, the modulation of voice. I feel thank you and sorry is something which, people can easily implement. But nowadays, when you're speaking, you need to, play with words. Like people say, "Oh, I'm happy nowadays," and instead of that, if people say in such a way, like, "Oh, I'm so happy nowadays," it creates so much difference when they say it the other way, like when they say when what they really feel like. And I feel that's nowadays missing somewhere. There is like the people whom I met, I mean, they are a very flat voice kind of thing, like,
Oh, yes.
so
Yes.
so what would you suggest, like, how can people actually play with words and also modulate with their tones, because I think that's really really important to actually communicate as well. So what would you like to say about that?
So
Okay.
we feel that firstly that we need to start living, because
Yes.
modulation is nothing but your emotions actually coming out. So we can fake it till we feel it and we make it, but the better way of going about it is actually feeling it, right?
Hmm.
So what we've stopped doing, at the cost of digressing a bit, we feel that what we've stopped doing is we've stopped feeling. And that is why we've stopped modulating or emoting in the way that we originally always as human beings were doing, right?
Our
Wherein,
listeners can refer to the EQ podcast as well,
yes,
because it is about how I'm suppressing my feelings. I'm not acknowledging what I'm feeling.
Hmm.
So when we conduct these theater related voice correction or voice modulation activities with a lot of our clients,
Hmm.
sometimes in huge groups as well, it's so much fun.
Hmm.
The important thing is to understand how you sound by recording it. And another tip is that when we won't get into the science of the experimenting with all the minor elements of the voice right now, but all we would always tell people is add life to it.
Hmm.
In your head it might sound a little exaggerated. So if I'm saying that, oh, I'm very happy right now, I didn't sound that happy.
right.
How would we say it?
Oh, I'm fantastic, I'm so happy.
I'm so happy right now. I can't believe it. I won the lottery. Okay.
Wow.
So you can make, all I did was add a little life to it.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
some masala in your life, man.
True.
Exactly.
True.
Simple
And
tip. Very
right.
simple.
So it can come from external influence, or you can actually just behave in that way till it becomes like a habit for you. But the original and the more long lasting way of it is actually start feeling and work on the inside.
Yeah.
So you're a happy individual. And so when you are feeling different emotions, it will automatically, organically come out like that, and it will start sounding the way it should. So the modulation will automatically happen. Okay. But having said that, of course, there are technical ways to deal with it and monitor exactly what you are sounding like, where are you taking those pauses, the quality of voice that can be worked on with exercises. All that can be done, and that needs to be done for professionals who specifically are in the business, or even in normal life, because once you've handled this aspect of how you're sounding and your tonality and your modulation, when people listen to you, they get more interested, because there is a lot of emotion that is out there, and they're being able to subconsciously connect to it, and they feel that, okay, this person is very interesting, just merely by the way that they are speaking. And then you can sell yourself also better,
Right.
if you're grabbing attention of people with just the way you're presenting and having that conversation with them.
Right. It's all about personal branding, right? We've been speaking about that since day one.
Right.
The way you speak will add value to people's lives, and they will elicit a certain emotion as well.